Coach Prime at Colorado is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's telling the players from last year's roster to pack up and head out because according to him, he's bringing in his own luggage, and it's going to be Louis luggage. Is that accurate? Is that true? And is it ethical what he's doing? Is it the right thing to do? Pull up a chair, sit back, relax, and we're going to talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, Big 12 fans, and fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz. Welcome into another edition of Couz's Corner. Pull that chair up and let me serve you up this shot of top shelf college football content. On tap in today's episode, we're talking about Coach Prime and what he's doing at Colorado with revamping his entire roster. Now, normally I talk about Big 12, I talk about conference realignment, or I talk about West Virginia, but this is a huge story that everybody in the country is talking about. I mean, heck, The Athletic has an entire section on their page about Deion Sanders in Colorado. That's how big of the story this is, okay? So I thought you guys may want to get my thoughts on it. So let's dive right into the content. Like I said in the intro, Deion Sanders is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. He's purging his roster, but is he taking this too far? Let me give you an idea of the numbers. And I got this information from The Athletic, and I'm going to link a few articles in the description for you that you can check out. Now, The Athletic is behind the paywall. You have to subscribe to read these articles, but I'll put them there for you just in case you want to do that or are already a subscriber. But Deion Sanders has really purged his football roster at Colorado following their spring game last weekend. I'm recording this video on April 27th. It's a Thursday. So far, a total of 46 players from last year's Buffalo's team has entered the transfer portal. 46. Average on an FBS team is 16. The next one in line that's lost the most is 29. They've lost 46. But and there's 85 scholarship players on a roster. And that 46 doesn't include the ones they lost to graduation. Okay? Right now, they only have 20 scholarship players remaining on their roster right now. 20. Don't even have enough to play both sides of the ball. 20. That means he has to bring in over 60 guys between now and the fall. That's just crazy. Anyway, 31 of those 46 have entered since the spring portal window opened on April the 15th. Like I said, I'm recording this on the 27th. So in less than 2 weeks, 31 players have entered the transfer portal. 18 of those 31 entered in one day, April the 24th, which was the Monday after their spring game. Like I said, the average on an FBS team to enter the portal is 16. They had 18 in one day, folks. This is unheard of stuff here. Coach Prime is changing the game for the good or for the better. Heck, he may end up being the only one to ever do this if it doesn't work out. He's taking a huge risk here. The biggest name on that list was wide receiver Montana Lamonius Craig, who had a great spring game, had over 100 yards receiving, balled out, was arguably the best player on the field. He entered the portal. Now, I'm not sure if he entered upon Coach Prime's encouragement or if he did it on his own accord, but nonetheless, he is in the portal. And he's being sought after by many Power 5 programs, including my favorite team, the West Virginia Mountaineers. Now, many are questioning the ethics of running players off the team like this because they are on scholarship. And I've even questioned it because, I always assumed if you kick a player off a team like this, then they also lose their scholarship, and you're taking a scholarship away from a kid that was promised to him. But that's actually not the case. According to an article in The Athletic, one of the ones I'll post, NCAA rules actually allow for that. Coaches can remove a player off the football team, or I guess off any team, and that player can still maintain their scholarship at the university, which is a good thing. So they still can get a free education, which is actually what they're there for in the first place, right? And that's a rule, like I said, I wasn't aware of until I read this article. The thing is, most of those players want to play. They're football players. They're athletes. They want to compete, number one. And two, a lot of those guys, or in the cases of other sports, a lot of those ladies want to play at the next level. They want to further their careers in that sport. In this case, we're talking about football. So of course they want to play somewhere. So they're, instead of choosing to do that, they're going to enter the portal and try to go play somewhere else. But we all know a lot of those players won't get picked up by another team. So a lot of these players may have lost their opportunity to play college football ever again. And it's a shame. But some people out there say, hey, it's a fair trade-off. Players are allowed to transfer anytime they want to. Then coaches should be allowed to ask players to transfer or force them out anytime they want to. That's what Andy Staples thinks. And as you can see in the article that's linked in the description. Now, Like I said, Deion told the players he was going to do this. We all saw the speech he gave in front of the team during his introductory meeting with them. He told them, hey, if you're not a fit here, you're going to have to pack your bags and hit the portal because I'm bringing in my own luggage and it's going to be Louis. He told the players he was going to do that. And he even told them again before the spring game, it could be their last game in a Colorado Buffaloes uniform. And boy, did he honor that. And he told them to work hard all week before the game because coaches would be calling. Here's the problem with that. Apparently, according to one of those players, and I'm going to share the tweet with you right now as we talk about this, but according to one of those players named Zachary Courtney, that's not how it worked. According to Zachary Courtney, as you see by this tweet, Coach Prime and his staff did not allow Courtney to have access to his film so that other coaches could properly evaluate him. So it sounds to me like Coach Prime may have been speaking out of both sides of his mouth there and being a little bit hypocritical and not honoring his word to these players. Now, since then, the school has come out and made a statement saying all players will be given access to their film. Was that statement simply damage control, or did the player over embellish the situation? My opinion, it was damage control. I think it was damage control. Now, Courtney didn't stop there. In another article in Bleacher Report, which I'll also link in the description, he claims that he and other players from last year's team were treated unfairly by Coach Prime and his staff. Claims that they were treated differently in film sessions, were treated more harshly in film sessions, that Coach Prime didn't even know a lot of their names, didn't take a chance to get to know them or talk to them. And I'm paraphrasing here, but you can check it out in the link. But he claims they weren't treated fairly. Now, maybe that's true, or maybe this player is just bitter. I don't know. But nonetheless, it's not a good look for Coach Prime and the Colorado program. And look, I know Colorado was 1-11 last year. I get it. And I'm sure there are several of those players on that team that were not really Power 5 caliber players. But over 30 of them, over 30 players on that team were not Power 5 caliber players. And here's the thing. Most of the players in the portal right now in this spring window are probably not Power 5 level players either. A lot of them couldn't make the 2 deep on their current teams. So they're going to be good enough to come to Colorado and start or be in the 2 deep. A lot of them are going to have to start. They only got 20 players, for crying out loud. I just don't get it. You know, he wants to talk about the players he's bringing in being Louis meaning Louis Vuitton luggage. There's not going to be a lot of Louis luggage left in the portal right now, Coach Prime. You may have to settle for some Samsonite, man. So what he's doing here, if he's bringing in Samsonite luggage for Samsonite luggage, how's he getting any better? To use that analogy, I don't get it. So personally, I think Deion is making a mistake by pushing this many players out the door at one time. If he was going to make this purge, he should have done a majority of it in the fall or in the winter when there were more guys available in the portal. Most of the big names are gone now. And I think this move is going to come back to bite Coach Prime and his staff and this program. I think you need guys on a team that have been in the program. They know the culture of the university. They know the culture of the conference. Some of them know what it takes to win in the conference. Yes, they may not have won a lot of games, but at least they know their way around things. They know how things work. They know what to expect, and they can tell that to the new players. It's going to be a culture shock for a lot of these guys coming from, especially if they come from lower levels. The older players can help them adapt to that. But Coach Prime apparently doesn't care about any of that. Now, if it does work, he could be starting a whole new trend here, and we will likely start seeing a lot more coaches do the same thing. Now, we've seen it a little bit in basketball already, but it's a lot easier in basketball. There's a lot less players on a team, and there are a lot more players available in the portal in basketball because there are more teams. So it's different. This is football we're talking. You have 85 guys on scholarship, and he's got to fill over 60 spots in less than 6 months, folks. Actually, less than that. Probably, what are we talking? It's April, 4 months. He's got about 4 months to fill over 60 spots. I mean, that is just unheard of. But if it works, like I said, you're going to start seeing a lot more coaches do it, and it could become a trend. Let me know in the comments if you think this will come back to bite Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes team, or do you think it's the right move and you think it's extremely bold and smart? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I personally think it's a huge risk. Now, it could bear a huge reward, but I personally don't think it will. Now, I could be wrong, and if I'm proven wrong, feel free to come on here and tell me. Now, if they give Coach Prime 3, 4, 5 years to do this, to build it his way, then this could work. But it looks to me like he's trying to do it all in 1 year, and I just don't think that's feasible. But I want to get your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you want to support my channel, there are several ways you can do it. Financially, the number one way, go to BlueRidgeCoffeeCrafters.com, get you a bag of delicious, non-bitter, smooth coffee that's less acidic than most other coffees, that's made with hand-picked coffee beans. You won't regret it. I have a bag of the caramel flavored myself, and it's delicious. Click the link in my description box, and when at checkout, put Couz's, Couz', in the comment section. Let them know you found out about it right here on my channel, and I'll make a small commission from the sale, and all that money will help go back into my channel and help me grow things here at Couz's Corner. You can support me for free by liking, which is the thumbs up button right below, commenting, like I said, sharing it with your friends and family, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me thus far. Until the next episode, Q Country Roads.